3 ways spirituality is blocking you, and in fact trapping you from moving towards your highest potential and what you're really here to serve. My friends, there's so many changes going on in the world. It's time to really take stock of our situation from an honest place. You know, how are we living? Are we doing that which is in alignment for ourselves? Are we moving towards our mastery, towards really our highest unfoldment? You know, are we self-reliant? How's our preparedness? As all these things are happening in the world, it's time to take stock of those questions. And I want to just shed some light on 3 things that really blocked me in my journey, and I see so detrimental for quote-unquote spiritual people, that's blocking them from their power. And that's really what we need, my friends, right now. There's huge alignments coming in the future, and those alignments are going to be open for those who heed this wake-up call right now and heed these times and realize it is about getting our feet on the earth and walking to the true beat of our drum. Let's dive in. The first way spirituality really destroys people when it comes to earth plane empowerment and actualizing your potential is it creates all these conflicting narratives about desire. Desire is where we start. So many of these things out here say like, oh, abandon desire, or desire just leads to more and more suffering. And, you know, like when I woke up, I kind of saw like money and the world and all my goals, there was a massive disillusionment process going on. I didn't want anything in the world. I wanted nothing to do with it. I just wanted this spiritual bliss kind of thing and all these like, you know, dopamine hits from spiritual experience. But here's the thing. First and foremost, the outer world is not evil. In fact, it's there. It's there as a training ground for you to move in and apply the knowledge and grow your character. But in order to move into the world, you must really want something. The reason that not many spiritual people are sovereign or successful is because we don't actually want something. You know, in spirituality, we often think, oh, I'm everything. You know, how can I like take on the role of necessarily like condensing myself to being a coach or like working hard or taking on a role and really wanting to create something, really wanting to move into the world powerfully. It feels like this crystallizing or condensation. But that's not evil. We must really want something. And here's the thing about desire. True desire is a divine gift. True desire that's in alignment with your heart, that's in alignment with your values, your interests, and your skills. True desire to move into the world, that's your fuel. That's your fuel to move into the world. And as you move into the world, chasing your chief definite aim, chasing your burning desire, your character is built and refined. Your ego is integrated more and more and more. Because when we're following our deepest inclination, when we're following our true desire, right, we must move into the world, face challenges, grow and adapt in order to manifest that chief aim. And in doing so, we are following our sacred guidance system, which is desire, which is wanting something in the world. You see, we grow spiritually by applying the knowledge and insights and revelations we receive internally and applying them as we move into the outer world in pursuit of our own personal legend. My friends, what is your aspiration? And align that with your truth, your dharma. You must want something. I love Ayurvedic, philosophy in the sense that there's 4 goals of life. 1 is kama, which is emotional connection and sensuality and feeling good, 2 is artha, and artha is meaning, purpose, and wealth. Wealth in ancient Ayurvedic was a symbol of spiritual success and prosperity because you were at the highest, or you were at the pinnacle, living in alignment with your deepest truth and your highest service. What do you want? What's your vision of glory? What's your highest destiny? Let that fire burn. And moving into the world is a very sacred act, okay? Want something. So many people out here need to read Zarathustra, Thus Spoke Zarathustra, and realize the power of innocence in desire. You see, if we want to return to the state of the child, which is literally what all spiritual teachings seem to be pointing to, if the child is the perfected state, the child has innocence in its desire. It just wants something. It wills something with all of its will. You know, whatever it wants to do, it wants it bad. And that force is what drives that child to grow into an adult. But we stop. We lose our desire because we, just succumb to like doing what other people tell us to do. Or we think that moving into the world or wanting something is evil. And those two things is stop and block you. You must really desire something, move towards it. And in that moving towards it, you're going to start doing things that you enjoy doing, which leads to your mastery. And if you want to be in alignment with these huge events, with these huge gatherings, with these huge breakthroughs collectively that are going to happen in the future here, you must step into your place of unique mastery. And your place of unique mastery is at the end of the road of desire, true desire. Let it burn. The second way spirituality is probably blocking you. Repression. Repression is what separates us from a wholeness of being, from integration with our shadow. When I woke up spiritually, all of a sudden, I had this like spiritual ego, this badge on me where I wanted to appear a certain way. I wanted to be kind of fringy out, higher ideas and all these things, and anger or frustration or rage, all those things are like, oh, that's a low vibration. That's not spiritual. Being masculine, wanting something in the world, being fully human that's not spiritual. All of a sudden, you start having contempt for the humanness of things. We start bypassing the human experience. We start bypassing pain and loneliness. We start bypassing these callings that are coming to us to move into the world and claim something, but then you rationalize it with your spiritual ego, saying nah, that's just an illusion. Moving into the world is suffering, or, you rationalize not making peace with your family. You rationalize not starting your business. You rationalize not giving life your all. At this point in my journey, my friends, I've been through a lot. I had this awakening, and I fell hard. I came from a place of strength, of waking up at 4:30 and getting to the gym, of, really wanting to be great, really wanting to build a really powerful empire. And then I had this massive delusionment. And then all these spiritual narratives set in because I was listening to all these YouTube gurus of the modern day. If all you listen to is Abraham Hicks and Law of Attraction, you have massive repression going on. You're repressing the warrior inside of you. You're repressing the human primal nature of self, right? Furthermore, in repression, this is very obvious to me lately. I wander in nature, go on hikes often for years now, ever since my whole life. But since I've woken up, that process out there in the forest has been one of meditation, craving spiritual experience or insight, or, some kind of magical connection with nature or animals. And all this repression of my innermost self has created these conflicts that appear as resistance, that feel as this disconnection from life and living, that feel as this this lack of fulfillment, this lack of just being as I am, presentness that is happy and filled with joy. And that's because I think I'm craving these spiritual things, but I'm losing my human side. When I was a kid, I would wake up and go fishing for 3 hours in the morning. And then I'd go dig a hole for hours straight, or look for rocks, catch frogs, catch snakes, just doing something, just being with nature presently and dropping all these things in your mind. You see, your mind is telling you should be a certain way, or this is what you like to do, but it's all bullshit. It's all blocking you from being authentically as you are and being what you are. And you see, my friends, when we drop these narratives of, oh, I'm spiritual, so I can't be angry. Also, when anger hits, you let it happen. You let it move, and that anger brings motivation for action. All of a sudden, when pain or sorrow hits, you let it sing its song to the highest extent. All of a sudden, instead of just being soft in this feminine world of spirituality, we move into nature, right? Powerfully. We go on hikes, we climb trees, we catch snakes again. You know, you do what you did as a little kid because you don't have all these ideas of what you are or how you are plaguing you and blocking you. Repression is further seen in relationships and in community. Spiritual repression is like, you know, this human element of things is lost, okay? Just being on earth plane with one another, building things together, like having fun, making jokes, you know, being profane, all these things. I'm just saying repression, like spirituality creates huge fractures and severance in the self because it literally tells half of you that that isn't good. That isn't spiritual anymore. That's not the fucking point. Spirituality is about like embracing the unity of wholeness, embracing all of it and working it into a refined and integrated whole. A whole way of being. It's integrated dark and light, both sides. The final way that spirituality and spiritual awakening blocks people is it crushes the masculine warrior or the masculine energy of self. It shatters foundations, especially in the New Age narratives. In my experience, like I was saying, of going to the gym early in the morning, working really hard because I had a dream that I really wanted. After like, you know, those dark nights of the soul and spiritual awakening, all of a sudden, I had no more discipline. I was just going with the flow. Oh, whatever's in alignment, you know? I no longer had vision that was guiding my everyday life, every action I made. I wasn't like striving to be something. I wasn't striving to, you know, really be my fullest, most powerful self anymore. I was just going with the flow of things. And I lost the masculine foundation. I lost 40 pounds of weight over a year. Just started fasting. Oh, I don't need food. That's too dense for me. Like, you know, when I'm lonely, I'm just like gonna drift off into spiritual ideas, like all of this feminine energy. And if you look at the narratives out here, they're all about, oh, imagination, love and light, softness, you know, compassion. That's not spirituality. Spirituality is about your connection to the true self, the knowledge of the true self. It is not about all these over feminine ideas, all these things around healing and like, you know, yes, I see that those narratives are the polarity of this world right now because this is a shadow masculine world going on. And when we wake up, we need to escape. We need to escape. We need to let go of things we want. We need to escape from all the pain and internal suffering. And then we get into this over-feminized spiritual world where desire is abandoned, where foundation, earth primalness is lost. Being strong in your body. Also, like we're spiritual. Oh, the body doesn't matter. Honor the body. Use the body for how it was made to be used. The body is the mind and the mind is the body. So much could be said there. But furthermore, it shatters our foundation and direction into life. When we no longer want to move into the world, when we no longer like believe or, you know, really value solid foundations, meaning like how you live on a day-to-day basis on earth plane, integrity on earth plane, strength on earth plane, vision for what you're creating, action towards that, strong action, warriorship, straight warriorship is lost. In my life, my friends, it has been a process of getting the weeds out of everything I learned after that awakening. And, you know, over these years, finding like, damn, I have no more discipline. I have no more foundation inside of me. I'm not consistent towards my vision because all of a sudden, like, I think I'm a different person, or all these spiritual ideas are like casting my views in different ways every day. So I'm not focused anymore. I'm not clear. Take back your power, my friends. Take back your masculine foundation inside of you, right? Really start to love earth, love humanness. Let yourself be fully human again. Let yourself sing those songs, the fullness expression of life. Let yourself be angry. Let yourself be rageful. Let yourself feel the pain. Let yourself want something in the world and start moving. My friends, spirituality often crushes people, or the idea of spirituality, and moves them further away from their power and moves you out of alignment with your highest potential. If you want to actualize your highest potential, it is about breaking the dogma you have programmed your mind with, breaking out of the patterns of your mind and revolutionizing your life around your chief fucking burning aim. That is the thing that's going to move you and progress your ego and character development, so you can step into a place of mastery and success, where you are actually a vehicle of spirit to influence the world, to impact the collective, to build tribe, to have the life that you want, right? Like, it's okay. You gotta move. Be fully human while you're moving. Be fully human while you're moving. Drop all these ways that you think spirituality should look like. Fuck what it looks like. Be what it is. Third, masculinity. Love the warrior. Remember the warrior. Remember your strength. Remember your vision. Remember that masculine energy inside of you that gets shit done, that's aggressive, that moves powerfully. Go watch my warrior archetype video. And my friends, if you want to work with me one-on-one, link in the description to apply for a free consultation. I help people transition into soul alignment and sovereignty. And if you want to reclaim your sovereignty, my friends, you need these 3 things I just talked about. Furthermore, join the Facebook group if you're not already there. It's a tribe for sovereignty, kingship, and reprogramming reality. There's a masterclass on manifestation coming out this Sunday, March 29th. So if you want to join that, link in the description. It's free. Just sign up there, and I would love to have you as we dive in. Hope you enjoyed this video. Share this with the people who need to hear this. Hit that like button so more people see it. I love y'all. See you next time. Peace.